So your main question, I used to get anxiety before my matches. Like in high school, I was very good at a young age, and I won states and nationals. So when I was coming into college, I was thinking, okay, I gotta win like I run in high school. I gotta be 10-following these guys. I don't care if they were better or older or whatever. My senior year in high school, I didn't lose any matches. So my freshman year in college, I was thinking, go out there and dominate. And when like my first couple matches, I didn't go out there and dominate like I was. And I would be getting tired after my first 3 or 4 shots. And then I talked to a sports science psychiatrist. It was anxiety from having the pressure of always doing well to going out there and not doing so well, and then still having to live up to that pressure, live up to that hype. I used to, just gas out. I can go for hours in the wrestling room, back-to-back wrestle all the guys, and then I would go out there on the mat, take one shot, and be gassed, just dying, not even oxygen-wise, but just mentally, already within the first 10 seconds. So what I did was, I mentally prepared myself. I did slow music. I do a lot of, R&B before my matches, because if I'm listening to like rap, kill, I get out there and I'm just like, oh, let's go do it, And I want to make sure that I'm just, I'm relaxed, and I'm not going out there like, all right, I gotta grab this guy, and I gotta rip his head off. I'm more like, just go out there. When you shake hands, you do your dance, and it's all a wrap. Like he said, about 45 minutes leading up to it, I get a nice sweat going, but nothing too aggressive. I don't like to burn myself out for a match. I do get to that point where my lungs burn, like that 1 or 2 like deep burns, and then I'm done. I like to go sit down and relax, and I'm a mental guy. I know that if I step on the mat, that guy can't physically touch me, so I want to make sure that I'm mentally all there.
Let's see. So I like to listen to music before my matches. It kind of like zones me out. The more I watch the matches in front of me, the more nervous I get. So like I usually just hang out in the back. I don't even watch wrestling when I'm about to wrestle. So like World Championships in particular, they have holding room. Basically, there are TVs in there, but there are a lot of mats that you can just relax on. So I just lay down and relax, hang out. And before I step out on the mat, I like to do all the same thing. I like to drink a bottle of water. So like I'll have a bottle of water with me as soon as I step up. I'll take a drink and I'll hold it in my mouth until I shake hands. And then as soon as I shake hands, I'll swallow the water. I do that every single time. And then one of the other things I do, I like to slap both my coaches' 5s in perfect order. So we have Coach Manning, who's my head coach in Nebraska, slapping 5. Zeke Jones, slapping 5. Swallow my water after I shake hands, and go out there and get ready to wrestle. So that's kind of the stuff that I usually do before every match.
I think that if you think that along the way you're not going to fail, then you're blind. Because there's no one that I've ever met, no matter how successful they are, that haven't said that they had their failures along the way. You have to. The only way that you really know that you can lift 500 pounds is if you're willing to fail. So if you're afraid of failure, then you will never grow. The people that grow the furthest are the people that really don't care. They fail or they make it, they're going to take that risk, because that's what you have to do.
We were wrestling Cal Poly earlier that day, and this is a time before GPS, this is a time before cell phones, this is a time before, there were some cell phones, but they needed great reception, and so we're going from Cal Poly to Fresno. I wrestled Cal Poly that morning, then wrestled Fresno State that evening at 7, and next thing you know, wake up from a nap and we're somewhere in the hills of Central California, trying to cross over from the coast into the valley. And we're lost. And we're Dukes of Hazzard in it. Just all in these back roads. And sure enough, we show up for a 7 o'clock match. Cowboys Oklahoma State, we roll in at 7:30. We get there, the parking lot is packed, and there's people out, in the gym already. And I see my family. They'd driven down from San Jose, and I saw my family kind of all standing out front, and we run in there, and Coach Smith's like, get ready to shake a leg, let's go. We literally have 2 seconds to stretch up, warm up, shake a leg, go wrestle. And I'd actually seen Steven in the hallway as we were going to change in the locker room real quick. I was like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Kind of went to give him the customary handshake and kind of bro hug, that you give your competitors, and he kind of gave me the cold shoulder a little bit, and looking back on that, that should have been my first clue. Now again, this is before GPS and internet and forums and all these things that the kids today probably can't imagine. But there was a time before all this where, you know, if he was going to move up to 133 and wrestle me, that they never would have stayed a secret. Well, back then those things could stay a secret. And I'm like, all right, I need to shake it out a little bit, and start moving around. And heavyweight's about halfway over, and I see this little guy start warming up. And I'm like, is that who they're going to send out against me? They got a better guy than that. He's moving up. I go, he's moving up. I was like, where's my headgear? You know, all of a sudden, like, you go into a much more serious mode. And I look over Coach Smith. He's like, he's going up. I was like, yeah, I figured that. Yeah. And so I started looking for my headgear and looking for everything. You kind of get your act together real quick and get ready to go. And I did. And, you know, just from what I remember, it was a good match. You know, I can't remember the score. I think it was 2 takedowns to none. No, actually, you know what? He took me down. I think he took me down first. I think he did. He took me down first, and I think the score ended up either 5-2 or 5-3. You know, obviously with me winning. But I think what I learned most from that match is you always expect the unexpected. You know, did we expect to roll in 30 minutes late for a duel? No. Do we expect to get lost? No. You know, did I expect, you know, I didn't expect it. I should have prepared for a tough matchup. I should have mentally prepared for any possibility. You know, instead I think I looked at that duel against Fresno State and let my guard down a little bit because maybe I had some guy that I thought I was going to go out there and you know, just a typical Saturday night, you know, take down, near fall, you know, go about your way. So as a competitor, I learned a lot from that you just always expect the unexpected, you know. It could have put a serious blemish on my senior season. Not that, you know, one loss determines your success or failure. But like I said, you just can't ever let your guard down. I think I took that from that you stay focused. You stay focused regardless of who you have, regardless of whatever the scenario is. Always expect the unexpected, and you'll be ready to perform. And the thing about it, it's the thing that I talk to probably our guys the most about, is you got to get emotionally ready for a match. All it means is I'm going to accept that I'm going to have to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And you emotionally get up for that. So I think more than anything, you know, you just got to whip up those emotions pretty quick. Like, okay, here we go. This is going to be tough. You know, my warm-up was what my warm-up was. Okay, it doesn't matter that we had 5 minutes to warm up. Doesn't matter we were 30 minutes late. There's a match that's going to end here in a little bit, and the result goes in the record books. So emotionally, get ready for what's about to happen. So I think that was a little bit more my mindset. I was like, okay, get your mind ready for what's going to take place, and I whipped up whatever emotion that I could to get ready for that match. And obviously, still, you know, giving up the first takedown shows you're not emotionally ready. You're not intense. You're not ready to go. And as the match went on, you know, kind of you get your mojo running and you make up the difference and continue to score. But for the most part, yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Okay, emotionally get ready for what's about to happen.
The biggest thing with Metcalf, number one, is get your motor running before you go out on the mat. Don't get out there and get into a situation where you're trying to work into a match. And that's huge for him, and that's what he did. He was strong right away, and you saw the snaps.
The zone for me, you know, I think in movies, they all talk about the zone and what an intense moment it is and how you just want to come out in the clutch. You want to be that athlete. But for me, the zone is not like that. It's not a high-pressure situation. It's actually very serene and very peaceful. And I'm happy. I'm happy in the zone. And usually my pre-race routine is I'll go off into a corner and I just dance. I just put in my headphones and I just dance to myself because that's what makes me happiest. And when I'm happy, that's when I'm going to slide happy. So the zone is not that moment where you're freaking out. It's just a subtle calmness that comes over me and just that moment where you're just like, right, like, slow this down. I'm out. That's it. That's all I got.
Last night you kept saying it's just another match. Did you really believe that?
Yeah, you know, you don't want to change your mindset for any match. You want to stay solid and level-headed And if you start getting, you start letting outside factors play a role, then you might not wrestle your best. So I think that's one of my strengths. I'm able to stay level-headed and really, just take it one match at a time.
The biggest thing is to realize that it's just a match, and it's no different than it would be if it was in your high school gym or in the practice room. You just got to go out and be ready to wrestle, and really don't worry about the crowd. That doesn't matter.
It's a match. Maybe the national championship match, but it's just a match. We've wrestled a lot of matches in our lives, and before you know it, you're out on the mat.